Hey guys, Foxdrop here with a video on the new champion Kindred in the jungle. I've been playing her a bit on the PBE, including a session on stream, which, if you missed, by the way, you suck, of course. I just want to give my thoughts on the new champion and see how she works. First thing to say is that it's actually really hard for me to get much quality time in on the PBE. The games are total clown fiestas, the ping is horrendous, and it's buggy as all hell. It's like trying to find a girlfriend by visiting a strip club. Yes, it makes some sense as there are lots of hot, sexy single girls there, but it's probably not going to yield you many decent results. This does make it kinda hard for me to say exactly what's going to happen when Kindred lands on the live servers, but I can still share my initial thoughts on her. The first thing to say is that she's weird, not just because she's a lamb lady with a popping booty. Holy shit, this lamb has a booty, look at that, good lord. But because she's a ranged squishy that thrives in the jungle. There are very few of those that work currently, so as an archetype she's already a bit of a misfit. She won't really play like something you're used to, but her jungling capabilities by themselves are solid. She clears quite smoothly and can use her abilities quite liberally without going out of mana, which really is great. The sustain passive on her W, which essentially works like a static shiv but instead healing you at 100 stacks, is quite noticeable, and combined with her swift clear speeds means she hardly struggles in the jungle at all. Her ganks do feel somewhat on the weaker side as she has no solid CC or decent burst damage, but they can definitely work if your laner has good initiation or if the enemy is particularly overextended. Her dueling is pretty decent so long as you're not moving around too much and can make full use of her W damage, but she will still be weaker than most of the strong early junglers like Elise, Elise and Nidalee. Her team fighting is pretty good though. To me, she seems more like the type of champion that would melt the tanks that jump in on you, as opposed to someone who would dive straight into the back line. But a lot of that does depend on your positioning and how many marks you have, and that leads me quite nicely into talking about her passive. The passive marks are the truly unique aspect of Kindred. Basically, you get given a random camp in the enemy jungle to kill, and or a player selected enemy champion to hunt down. When you kill the enemy camp or the enemy player, you gain a mark. This mark increases the strength of your attacks by giving you 1.25% current HP on hit, and it stacks infinitely. After 6 stacks though, you can't gain any more marks from the jungle. To me, this is why Kindred not only suits the jungle role more, so she can make more plays and get more stacks, but also why she can really snowball. It makes killing jungle objectives like the Dragon and Baron a lot easier as well, as they have a lot of health, and your mark percentage health damage is not capped against them. So it makes melting the tanks as well a very serious option. It is a little hard to acquire stacks as literally everyone in the game can see what you're hunting and can therefore play against you. However, it's not really that hard, and it is something you'll be able to obtain pretty consistently in your games. As for specific in-game builds, I found that Ranger's Trailblazer or Stalker's Blade into Warrior Enchant was a good initial choice. After that, Blatherin King and Yumu's Ghostblade were solid damage options. I feel like Kindred wants to be built damage on paper, but may actually serve a more tanky build better. This has actually been a common trend in the past as well for the new releases, such as with Sion, Echo, Rek'Sai and Gnar. So whereas maybe on paper damage looks like the way to go, in actuality, who knows. I don't really think she'll ever be a full tank, but she may just not be the AD carry which people are kind of pegging her up to be. As for runes, I like to run AD reds, armor yellows, magic resist blues and AD quints, and your mastery is just a standard 2190 page. At the end of the day guys, please do remember this is all preliminary stuff from me. Do have mercy Honestly though, this champion isn't really my personal cup of tea, but I do admit that she works quite well, and I do think her ultimate is actually really strong. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this early breakdown of the new champion Kindred. If you did like this, feel free to give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to me for more educational league content with a bit of entertaining stuff on the side as well. You can find me on Facebook, on Twitter, and catch me streaming on Twitch as well. All those things in the description, guys. But most importantly, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video.